There's no greater authority on NFL quarterback play than Joe Montana. He analogizes you to Tim Tebow, I think, in the most accurate fashion. I think, again, I don't think you can go after Joe Montana's character. I know Joe a little bit. He played in Kansas City for a couple of years. You're not going to convince me or rational people that Joe's got a problem with black people or black teammates or anything like that. This is a dagger for Colin Kaepernick. I think he's toast.
I don't think this is the kiss of death for Colin Kaepernick. I think Joe Montana obviously is very well informed. People listen to him, but we've already seen his future, and it's not going to depend on what Joe Montana did or didn't say. People are deciding, hey, if you combine the fact that he is not a great quarterback with the fact that he does bring distractions, that does not equal person we want to have on our team when there are other backups available.
I'm with you, Christine. When we talk about a player and someone else weighing in on whether or not they can still play or can't play, that's beyond the point. It's what have you done on the field. And when we look at a Colin Kaepernick, for his career, he's below 60% completion percentage at a quarterback position where you have to excel at being accurate, throwing the ball down the field. Read option is no longer an option. That's where he's best suited. That's where he thrived. And when it came on, it shocked everyone. I was on the field when he had the unbelievable performance when we were at Candlestick Park, and he just ran all over our defense. It came as a shock. Once teams know what you do and they can identify that, they're going to take it away. And then on the flip side of that, it's just simple pros and cons. If I'm a GM or owner, I weigh the pros and the cons. Does he make my team better? How does he influence my team as a football organization and as a football team moving forward? And what does he bring with him? His cons outweigh the pros, and so I can't bring a guy like that into my organization.
100% agree with you. And I think there's so much more to the Colin Kaepernick story. And you're 100% right. That read option stuff, see around sometimes. You know, I look at quarterbacks and everybody says they want to spit numbers in my eyes. Like, oh, well, last year he was 60% completion and, you know, he only had 4 interceptions and, you know, on all this garbage because you don't know what you're looking at. And the bottom line is you can't operate that offense in this league and sustain it. It's impossible. By the way, under Chip Kelly, yeah, he did put those numbers up. In that janky high school offense that Chip Kelly runs, yeah, he did put some numbers up. You know who else put numbers up? Who was the cat that left Philadelphia and went back to the Los Angeles Rams? Who was that? The guy, Nick Foles. Nick Foles. Couldn't play dead in a Western, right? But he put up 32 touchdowns and 2 interceptions or something crazy, 27 touchdowns under Chip Kelly's offense. Let me tell you something. The Wildcat is gone in the National Football League. Why? Because defensive coordinators go, oh, okay, that's what you guys are going to run? Let me call my college buddies. Let me figure out how to defend this. And guess what? That thing went the way of the dodo. It is extinct. It is not here anymore because it's janky and it doesn't fit. And lastly, I'll say this. If you're going to hire Colin Kaepernick, and you're 100% right, Greg, like my backup quarterback can't have all the attention. Right? It can't be a distraction for us. But you're really asking us as an offense, if you and I are on a pro-style offense, you're asking me as starters to learn 2 different offenses. Here's the offense that our starter runs. God forbid our backup comes in because we have to change. There's 10 guys that have to change offensively for this guy to be successful. Why am I going to bring that in? And then ultimately, as an owner, you're going, okay, I hear from my fan base. My fan base doesn't want him in. He's a distraction, or at least a perceived distraction. My fan base is saying, I don't want him in. Why am I going to spend the money on that when I'm a business person? I'll make the decision to go, hey, I can find another junky quarterback that plays a pro-style offense. Hey, the league is littered. The streets are littered with guys who can't play that have jobs. I mean, they're littered with that. As long as you fit into our little, into our little platform, you can work here.
I'm going to expand it beyond football and make an analogy to my industry. And a lot of guys and women that I respect have been let go in my industry because they don't fit what's going on right now in the sports media industry, particularly from the print background. I was someone lucky enough that I could be a radio broadcaster. I could be a TV broadcaster in addition to being a writer. That has allowed me to remain employed in an industry that's shrinking. And again, what Kaepernick and any quarterback or any player in the league has to be able to adapt to what the league values at the moment. And for a long time, the league has valued a quarterback who can play from the pocket. He knew that coming into the league. There have been a bunch of guys that ran in there, RG3, I'm so fast, I'm gonna change the league. And there's been a lot of people sitting back going, this league don't change, man.
Right.
And you're not the guy, and right now we got Cam Newton, the biggest, strongest guy we've ever seen. He may not be able to change it.